everyone, and welcome to Hopkins High School for CTN's live coverage of high school football. It's the final game of the regular season as the Royals host the Cardinals with a lot of playoff implications on the line. Joe Young and Howie Shapiro up above the action, and Howie, two teams with identical records, but they've got here in completely opposite ways. The Cardinals 3 straight wins followed by 4 straight losses. The Royals, meanwhile, a win, 2 losses, a win, 2 losses, and now coming in off of a win over Forest Lake.
Both teams want to come in here and even their season record at 4-4, quite obviously. And you're right, they're two very different football teams. Hopkins in the past always has some very good athletes, and playing on turf, Cardinals have to be aware. But Cardinal defense has been playing really well this year, and so I think it's going to be a big key to this game for the Cardinal defense, really to stop their passing and running combination.
The Royals won the toss and deferred, so the Cardinals will receive to our right. Sam Siegelbaum set to boot it away for the Royals. And we are ready to play football. Siegelbaum, good kick. Williams will take it at the 15 on the left side of the field. Find room in the middle, a seam across the 30, but he's stopped there and taken down. Still good field position for the Cardinals to start their first offensive possession.
Yeah, and I like to see the fact that that ball was securely caught and able to move that upfield to get in that position starting from the 30. And you know that one of the keys for Hopkins is they really want to fill the gaps and stop number 6 in Miles Taylor. Big week last week.
Huge week.
Yeah, and their coach watched the film tape, saw what he could do in that loss last week. So they're going to be very cognizant of the fact that number 6 is going to get a healthy dose of the football.
Well, the Cardinals can't turn it over the way they did last week. Handoff goes to Taylor. And right up the gut for a couple on first down.
Yeah, the key to the fact that they can't turn the ball over, and they really have to avoid some of the mistakes they made previously.
2-yard gain, second down, 8 yards to go.
Teams score about the same amount, just right around that 20 points per game through the first 7.
Well, the key, Joe, for Hopkins, plug that inside gap, force the lateral run.
On 2nd and 8, it's the keeper for Van Holzen trying to get around the corner and can't. He's dumped in the backfield, a tackle for loss by Demetrius Patton.
Well, I'll tell you, and that's solid tackling by Patton there. He got past the first line and made that tackle and dropping Van Holzen for a loss. We talked about it last week, Joe. The Cardinals cannot afford to get in 2nd or 3rd and long. Now on their first drive right here, they're in 3rd and pretty long. They're going to be forced to throw the ball up.
3rd and 13 after a loss of 5. Van Holzen will go out of the pistol, 3 receivers right. Avant Shannon, the lone receiver at the bottom of your screen. Taylor in the backfield with him. Van Holzen looking for Shannon, throws it up. It's wobbling up there a while. Shannon, great job coming back to the ball to make the catch. He's got a first down into Hopkins territory.
Yeah, again, Shannon we talked about him last week at 6'2". He needs to use his size, and he did so on that play as he's just going to step in front of the defender. You see, fighting him off a little bit to make that catch, and a nice job of getting a few extra yards after the catch.
Will Stein on the coverage, top receiver for this Hopkins squad. Matching up. 1st and 10 from the 47. Handoff goes to Taylor, and he is dropped for a loss just on the Coon Rapids side of midfield.
Miles Taylor, the ball carrier for the Cardinals.
Let's go down on the sidelines. With us again is Jen Halverson. Jen?
Well, with a quick turnaround this week, this Coon Rapids team is simply focused on staying healthy. They don't want to let all 4 quarters get the best of them. Being such a young team, they don't want to let that youth factor get the best of them. They want to focus on playing strong all game instead of just for a half. Offensive coach JT Taylor tells me that this Coon Rapids team has learned a lot from positive and negative experiences this season, and it's time to just execute.
Thank you, Jen. And on 2nd and 13, they try and hook up with Holland one-on-one, and he can't bring it in. Well covered on the play, and another 3rd and long situation for the Cardinals.
Yeah, it looked to me like that ball had thrown a little bit behind him, but he had the opportunity to make the catch. Unfortunately, he could not bring that in. And we talk about size, 6'5", Marshall Holland. There's another player that has that ability to go up and compete for a ball. Another 3rd and long situation. And the key here is to making sure they protect up front.
2 receivers on either side. Van Holzen throwing to the right, looking for Holland on the sideline. Great cat, no, out of bounds. Did a good job getting in position to make the catch, but not able to keep the feet in bounds. And the Cardinals will be forced to punt.
We'll see it again. Oh, we can't quit. Yeah, he's out. Yeah, he's definitely out. He did catch the ball, got a foot down, but it was out of bounds.
Good call.
Yep.
Royals nearly got to the punt. No fair catch. Dangerous territory.
Nerves of steel.
But able to hold on, and Dylan Forstad on the return fell forward to the 22. That's where the Royals will start on offense for the first time. Quarterback James Klecker over 1,200 yards passing so far this season. And they have 10 different guys on the roster who have made catches in their first 7 contests.
Oh, he loves to spread it around.
Klecker with time, now steps up, chased. Still looking downfield as he goes for the sideline. The pass is incomplete. Intended for Will Stein. Good late coverage by Tarnu, but it's a heady play by Klecker all around.
Well, he gave the defense. He gave him enough time for him to look downfield and try and find a receiver. That time, Bream's not able to lock him up, but a nice job as he's rolling to his right. And good timing there. Tarno got a hand in there, knocked the ball away.
So it'll be 2nd and 10. Klecker out of the shotgun, has 2 receivers right, 1 out to the left. And he's going to keep it. No, the handoff does go up the middle of Washington, and Washington's across the 25 to the 26. Gain of 4.
That's going to put Hopkins in a relatively manageable, with 6 yards, 3rd down situation. We talked about the defense. They've been playing well. Look to get a big stop here on 3rd down.
3 receivers on the right side for Klecker on 3rd and 6. Looks that way immediately, throws, pass incomplete, intended for Stein. And he just couldn't bring it in.
Yeah, that's one I know Stein would like to have back. That was a catchable ball. And he was able to turn in front of the defender.
And the Royals quickly 3 and out.
Again, Klecker just quick throw. And yeah, that's in his hands. That's one he'd like to have back. The Royals have lost 2 starting offensive linemen, so they're going to get quick passing game if they can tonight to avoid some pressure.
High snap, Klecker able to bring it down, get a boot off. Not great, but it's going to roll for a long ways in Hopkins' favor. And again, just scaring me with the way he approaches the ball once it's on the ground is Jordan Doe.
Well, he stuck his hand out. Fortunately, it didn't hit him. The Cardinals have a long field here to start their 2nd drive.
Following Klecker's punt, Cardinals will take possession 1st and 10 on their own 19-yard line.
You see Klecker staying right out there along with Will Stein. A lot of boys on both teams going both ways tonight. But again, a lot on the line. The winner finishes at 4-4, a step ahead of the other in the division standings. Finishes with a winning record in division play. Handoff up the middle, nice moves from Miles Taylor to find the seam and get the first down out to the 30-yard line.
Yeah, great job offensively by the line up front to provide that opportunity for him to find that hole. We're going to see again just good blocking, nice blocking there, down blocking, and he's able to get to the outside of that block and then turn it upfield.
Shannon, the man in motion. Handoff goes to Taylor up the middle. He fights forward for 5. Second down.
Well, he certainly was a workhorse last week. Over 200 yards offense, 3 scores, including a couple of long runs for him.
Second and 5 from the 35. Handoff goes to Taylor, trying to run behind a blocker and had to avoid pressure in the backfield. He did manage to gain about a half a yard, but that one didn't quite work out the way the Cardinals had hoped.
No, and that's Hopkins' hope defensively, is to fill those gaps, force him to the outside. And that time he tried to test the middle. Hopkins doing a good job of limiting him there.
This is a big third down for the Cardinals right here. 3rd and about 4.
Yeah, I think they want to get some continuity on offense going here early, especially. We talked about how big these games are.
Van Holzen throwing, and yeah, that's hard to miss. Sonny Tao had the corner, and
he's supposed to tackle him after he gets the ball. Isn't that the way they play this game?
And still the corner looks at the ref, goes, "What?
What did I do?"
You guys want that, right?
I didn't touch him, except when I held him around the waist and took
tried
him
to drag him to the ground.
Pass interference on the defense. Number 20, 15-yard penalty. First down.
Well, the Cardinals happy to be on the right side of a penalty like that this week.
You'll see it again, and yeah, it's like, oh well, maybe they won't catch me. Maybe they won't see that I'm impeding his progress. Thanks, Tim Litfin, for wearing our mic here tonight. Appreciate it.
So 1st and 10 at the 49 of Hopkins. The handoff goes to Taylor. Second effort gets him 3 to the 47. All right, make it 2. 49 minus 2 is 47.
It's 47. Well, most of the time.
Eventually, I'll figure out the math.
I got a calculator if you'd like one.
Actually, I do too.
Harley's a human calculator.
2nd and 8 for the Cardinals from the Hopkins 47. Keeper for Van Holzen shook a tackle, got back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. And it'll be another 3rd and long situation for the Cardinals early in this contest.
R.J. Chacolas, nice tackle for Hopkins. Again, puts him in a 3rd and long situation, things that the Cardinals are trying to avoid. It's not a 3rd and 13 or 3rd and 14, but still, you want to try and pick up this first down here. You want to keep this drive going.
That is the goal.
That is a good thing.
On 3rd down, rolling right as Van Holzen throws. His receiver fell down. Wanted Shannon on the out route, and Shannon slipped as he went to make his cut.
Yeah, it's unfortunate because I think he would have hit him at that point if he'd been able to keep his feet. The Cardinals have to punt yet again. Second drive, second punt.
Okay. Relius was softly laid upon the ground after he got rid of that punt.
And the Oscar goes too.
He took his time getting it away.
He did.
But no problem.
Good punt though. Put Hopkins back in a long field position to start their second drive.
They'll start from their own 14-yard line. 3 and out, their first time on the field. Trying to give their home crowd something to cheer about here early on. Handoff goes to Washington. Nice hole off tackle to the right. He's out to the 20. Gain of about 6.
Jake Washington, the ball carrier for the Royals.
They give him the 21 even. 7 yards on the carry. 2nd and 3. Look at the size of the hole he had to move upfield.
Well, he comes into this game averaging over 7 yards a carry. There you see the season numbers.
2nd and 3 from the 21. Handoff goes to Washington, spins off a tackle, gets the first down. Out to the 28-yard line.
Jake Washington, number 9, the ball carrier for the Royals. That's Hopkins Royals.
Royals' first down.
Forced into a 3 and out in their first drive. And they want to try and soften up their defense by running the ball and see if they can open up the passing game here as well.
Spread 3 out on the left side, 1 receiver on the right for Klecker out of the shotgun. Pass is thrown incomplete. Intended for the lone receiver on the right side, Calvin Harris. Thought there was contact early. That's not the way the guys in stripes saw it.
Well, Harris has some size on the outside at 6'5", 200 pounds. Trying to get that quick slant.
So 2nd and 10. Klecker gives it to Washington, in trouble deep in the backfield and dropped for a big loss.
Is that Manos?
It was Tedrow.
Oh, it was Tedrow. Boy, he's played well since being inserted into the starting lineup. Yeah, Tedrow just beat the receiver block. He was going to make sure he brought him down.
It's going to be a 3rd and 15 from the 24. Klecker looking to his right, now rolling that way. Tucks it, he's going to run. He's got some room. And he is hammered by Ryan Corey right at the sideline, but he got enough for the first down.
A strong run for Klecker, and he did take that hit at the end, but able to pick up that first down.
That's another Hopkins Royals.
And
out to the 40-yard line for the first down.
Yeah, and I know that can't please the defensive coaching staff of Coon Rapids to give up a first down like that in 3rd and long.
Scramble.
On a quarterback scramble.
On 3rd and 15.
Yep.
Handoff goes to Washington, running left, trying to find a way around the wall of white, and he won't get the edge. He gets about 3.
Number 9, Washington, the ball carrier for the Royals.
You got to be heads up in this game.
Here you go. Here.
Hey, this for you?
Right in the face.
Oh, there you go.
Oh.
Hey.
Boing.
Wrong guy. That's why he's a receiver and not a quarterback.
$7.
2nd and 3. 3 receivers on the right side this time for Klecker out of the shotgun. Trying to move across midfield. Need the center field stripe for a first down. Pass complete, left side. Murph Still on his feet, but not getting away.
Manos a little slow to get up.
Yeah.
That's another Hopkins.
It's another first down, this time into Coon Rapids territory at the 45.
Just sat down right in front of Nelson.
Shai
Or no,
Williams.
Jordan Nolan, I mean.
Williams.
Oh, it's Shai Williams. I thought it was 9. My bad. I'll get it eventually. I've only done 7 games. It's, you know, it'll come to me eventually.
First and 10 from the Coon Rapids 45. Klecker standing in midfield. Takes it out of the shotgun, handoff Washington, big hole up the middle. He stopped up after he gets to the 40, a gain of 5, 2nd and 5 from there.
Ball carried by number 9, Jaden Washington.
And he is getting a steady diet of the football early in this one.
Well, they like him. They like to feed him the football. When you're averaging over 7 yards a carry, it's
wise
to give him the ball,
yes.
I would think.
Under a minute remaining here in the first quarter. No score between the Hopkins Royals and the Coon Rapids Cardinals. Last game of the regular season. Possible first round bye on the line for the Cardinals. Klecker throwing over the middle, pass is complete to Kane Saxton, and he is down to the 12-yard line.
Well, Cardinals defensively brought the blitz, leaving that middle open. And give Klecker credit. Nice throw right on the numbers.
And now threatening to put the first points on the board as we click under 20 seconds. Possibly the last play of the first quarter right here. Should it be down in field, I guess. Handoff goes to Washington up the middle, and he is down to the 5-yard line. And that will do it for the first quarter. No score between Hopkins and Coon Rapids, but the Royals are knocking. Second down when we return on CTN.
Looking for a new home? Come to Coon Rapids. Down payment assistance is available from the Mortgage Assistance Foundation when you purchase your new home with an FHA 203K mortgage. Any single-family home in need of renovation or rehab can qualify. Find out more today. Call 763-767-6422 or visit the city's website.
We love our new home.
Back at Hopkins High School, no score at the end of the first quarter. But 2nd and 3 from the Coon Rapids 5.
Well, for missing a couple of offensive linemen, Hopkins doing a nice job of controlling the point of attack.
And a nice night running already for number 9, Jaden Washington. Here they are on 2nd and 3. Klecker out of the shotgun has Washington to his left.
Let's go, Luke!
Klecker throws left, passes incomplete, flag flies.
It's on the Cardinals. Contact.
Tried to cut underneath of B.J. Murph.
Let's see it again. Williams grabbing. You can't do that. They don't like it.
Okay.
They say, no, don't do it.
Pass interference on the defense, number 5. Half the distance to the goal line. Second down.
So it's half the distance. So it'll be 2nd and 1 from the 3. Handoff, Washington right side. Touchdown, Hopkins.
Oh, nice job by Hopkins. They were able to mix the pass with the run. They get the first score of the night. Touchdown number 10 for Jaden Washington.
Siegelbaum's kick is up. It is good. And the Royals lead 7-0.
Oh, nice sustained drive. Nice a pass as well by Klecker to set up that territory. And you can see Jaden Washington able to turn it upfield.
So the Royals draw first blood. A good sustained drive after going 3 and out with their first possession.
Close call on that. I'm not sure he crossed the stripe.
Even if he doesn't, it's 1st and goal from there.
Well, I understand. Anything can happen.
It's true.
Kenyon Drake going into the end zone, fumbles. Anything can happen.
His team pulled it out.
Yeah.
He didn't see it.
He didn't see it because he was under a towel.
But his team pulled it out. So Siegelbaum to kick it away.
I think we're going to take another look at that and see if we can see where he. There's the stripe. Nope. We'll see it again. Or did he? No, it's tough to tell.
Williams return out across the 25. So Coon Rapids will have decent field position. But now they need to answer. Couple of first downs on each of their first possessions, but both ended in punts.
Cardinals take possession 1st and 10 on their own 26-yard line.
Cardinals would love an answer here. And stay out of 2nd and 3rd and long.
Offense still trying to find that rhythm. 1st and 10. Play action, in trouble, and a big sack dropped back at the 15 is Van Holzen.
And not much Jake could do about that. As you saw Deontay Bryant just blow past the offensive line. We had a couple of blue jerseys in the backfield.
Loss of 17.
Just exactly
or
what
no, loss of 12.
Exactly what I said. 2nd and long, 3rd and long, and now again, you've got 2nd and 20. 2nd and 22.
Play action. Van Holzen is going to run instead, looking for room in the middle. The defense collapses as he crosses the 25, back close to the original line of scrimmage, but it's going to be 3rd and about 11.
Well, the Cardinals certainly cannot be in this situation all evening long. It'll not turn out well for them if that's the case. Van Holzen just smartly realizes that he doesn't have anything downfield, and he's got some nifty moves and certainly some speed. He's just able to turn it up and pick up 9 yards, 11 yards.
Timeout, Coon Rapids.
Now Cardinals are going to burn their first timeout with 10-12 left in the contest.
Well, you definitely want the right play and everybody on the same page.
Right.
In this situation, trying to answer the first score of the game and facing 3rd and long.
And your timeouts certainly aren't as important in the first half as they are in the second, in my estimation. But you know what's important? That everybody follows us on Facebook. Everyone. I just want to overload the system. If you're not doing it, do it. That's an order from Joe Yund.
Big thumbs up from this guy right here.
Yep.
Start following it. You never know. Howie Shapiro may follow you.
That is correct. You see the numbers for Van Holzen on the evening so far, 1 of 5 for 26 yards. And now and again in a 3rd and long situation. The O-line has to protect here.
Van Holzen rolls right, throws back to Taylor on the screen behind him. He's trying to break tackles. He's out to the 35, 36, but it's going to be 4th and a yard. No, it wasn't Miles. It was Kamaj Gant. I just saw a single-digit number coming out of the backfield and assumed.
Well, and I think too they want to somewhat limit the workload for Miles. He's playing both ways. Although there he is. There he is. There's 2 in the backfield, but they still want to limit it some. Miles is such a strong defensive player as well. They're going for it, Joe Yen.
No.
Oh, they're
That's
not.
punt formation, Shapiro. But thanks for playing.
Yeah, but it's okay.
Jackson Aurelius. Good high punt, just hangs up there. And we'll take a Cardinals bounce and roll. That was a beautiful punt.
It was a nice punt.
Flip the field on the Royals. They start from their own 23.
Told you they were punting. You didn't believe me.
We'll teach you about this game called
yeah,
football
I should.
eventually.
I do know about it. I just.
There's this new.
My eyes aren't as good as they used to be. I thought I saw a unicorn.
Nope, it was just a lion.
It was just a lion.
A royal.
A royal lion.
Royals take over from their own 23-yard line. Klecker out of the shotgun, rolling to his left. Wanted to throw and then decides to run instead, in a big hole up the middle. Trying to cut back and gain even more yards, but a first down out to the 37. Make it the 38.
Now, Klecker saw a lot of real estate in front of him, and he was able to pick up a nice gain on the play.
Solid drive last time they were on the field, and the offense clicking right away for the Hopkins Royals this time as well. Handoff goes to Washington up the middle, and he is dropped immediately. It's Ricky Dixon on the carry.
Yeah, and Chance Alexander with a nice tackle to make sure that he limited him.
See, you got to pay attention to which guys are lined up.
I know.
Start calling out wrong names here in the second quarter.
Hey, I thought they were going for it on 4th and 1, so.
So 2nd and 11. I'll get all the names right by the end of the night.
Yeah, sure.
Maybe. Not promising. 2nd and 11. Stepping up. Klecker still looking downfield, still looking, and now throws incomplete. He was just throwing it away. But a good job extending the play. I've really liked the way he plays the game. Good head for.
Well, and you have to be concerned about his legs as well. And he's actually fortunate that Manos wasn't able to get a little better position and come in on the ball. Big 3rd down for the Cardinal defense.
Had him to a 3rd and 15 in that last possession and gave up a long run to Klecker to pick up the first down. See what happens on 3rd and 11. Klecker rolling to his left, throwing, pass is incomplete, and nobody close.
Yeah, it just shows you 2nd and long and 3rd and long, very tough downs.
Jack Gunderson looking back at his quarterback saying, did I run the wrong route? So a punting situation for the Royals after that big play on first down. High snap, Klecker able to bring it down and get it away quickly. It's going to bounce, and Doe is going to step away and let them down it just inside the 30-yard line.
A good defensive stand for the Cardinals. Now again, the opportunity on offense, they just have to avoid the long situations. And we've seen too many of them from them so far here in this
Perhaps
first
you
half.
need to stop saying that.
Well, I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it until they prove me wrong.
The jinx.
No, it's the reverse jinx. It's the reverse jinx.
1st and 10 from the 29-yard line. Blitz coming. Taylor. Ball on the ground. Cardinals able to get it back. They'll lose a couple, though, and there you go. 2nd and long. Quincy Taylor making sure to keep the ball for his team.
Oh, it's just not, the handoff wasn't solid.
Second and 12. Tao, the man in motion for the Cardinals. In trouble quickly as Van Hulsen. Ball's out again. This time the Royals say they have it. We will await official word. And the Royals have the football deep in the Cardinal territory.
Wow, that's a huge turnover for Coon Rapids. And give credit to the Royals for jumping on that ball. Nowhere for Van Hulsen to run, and he just lost the handle on it. And there you see it on the ground. Good recovery by Hopkins, in great field position here. Try and increase their lead.
Ball spotted at the 24. So the Royals looking to add to their lead here a little more than midway, or a little less than midway through the second quarter. Klecker, straight drop, pumps, now throws left, has a man, knocked away by Williams and nearly put it right in the lap of Antonio Manos. Good play by Williams.
Yeah, again, and he had to get it away quickly because he was under a lot of pressure from the Cardinal defense.
Oh,
yeah,
no.
It's a late hit. I didn't see the flag out, but I saw him pointing that way. Yeah, again,
Jordan
penalties.
Rochelle, who had a couple of bad penalties called against him last week, and that one hurts the Cardinals to be certain. 1st and 10 now from the 12. Handoff goes to Washington. Washington goes backwards. Loss of a yard.
Let's take another look at it.
Washington, the ball carrier for the Royals.
I just think that, I don't know.
Unless something happened after
it may have, I don't know. He certainly wasn't driven to the ground.
Nah, I think his feelings are hurt. His feelings are hurt.
Well, apparently they thought he got it away in plenty of time for him to avoid the hit.
They were pretty tough.
Timeout, Hopkins.
Yeah, pretty tough for them to avoid that hit. I mean, there's too many white jerseys around him to. This certainly isn't touch football.
So the defense backed up against their own goal line again, trying to limit the score here for the Royals.
Make sure you catch us on YouTube. You can watch it live. You can see past broadcasts, watch Sports Night. See what a pro Joe Yund is each and every week.
Don't oversell it, Shapiro.
I'm not. This is what the people tell me. Coach Weber talking to his defense out there, looking for a stand here.
A little more than 6 minutes remaining in the first half. Hopkins on top, 7-0, and facing second and 11 from the second and 12 from the Coon Rapids 14. Klecker, quick throw to the right, pass is complete. That is Calvin Harris on the reception. Short gain. Picks up about 5. It'll be 3rd and 7.
Certainly 4-down territory in this situation. I would assume anyway.
Well, it depends on your kicker, I suppose.
That's why I said I would assume.
But I would assume so as well. Handoff goes to Jaden Washington, right side. He's going to be stopped short of the first down. It'll be 4th and about 3, it looks like. 4th and 4. It looks like they're going to send out a kicking team.
They're going to try that field goal. Sam Siegelbaum.
Well, I didn't see Siegelbaum go out, though.
Oh, he didn't go out there? 36.
So a couple of different.
Yep.
Usually when you see 4 or 5 different guys,
well, yeah,
you
would think there's
that's
kicking.
the kicking unit, but I don't see the kicker. He's typically a pretty important part of the kicking team.
Most of the time.
So they are. This is an offensive
power
situation. They
power
are
backfield.
going for it here on 4th down. Straight drop, wants to throw, left side pass incomplete. Trying to get it to B.J. Murph in single coverage, and just didn't click. But possibly a good gamble. Cardinals backed up, and the defense playing so well for Hopkins right now.
And the key, too, for Coon Rapids, they didn't give up any additional points. So that's obviously a good situation for them with 4:41 remaining in the half.
Attention parents and those who are here to support your senior football player or cheerleader. Please safely make your way to the northwest gate near the shed to line up for the halftime introduction.
So the Cardinals will take over deep in their own end. A little less than 5 minutes remaining in the first half, trailing by 7. Van Holzen standing right at his own goal line. Hands off to Miles Taylor up the middle, and Taylor will make it out as far as the 9-yard line.
Well, the Royals definitely, they watched the tape from last week's game, and they're definitely not going to give up or they're going to try and at least not to give up the big play to Miles Taylor. There's a flag on the play.
Offense, number 72. Half the distance to the goal line.
On the offense.
First down.
It's only a 3-yard loss. Not sure why the clock didn't stop, but
they're going to have to put time. They should put time back on the clock, but they're not going to.
So 1st and 12, 1st and 13 from the 3, something like that. Handoff to Taylor doesn't go very far. Not back to the original line of scrimmage. Just back to the original line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Northwest gate near the shed to line up for the halftime introductions. You can access the track via the stairs towards the south side of the bleachers below the press box.
On 2nd down, handoff goes to Taylor up the middle. He's across the 10 to close to the 12. They'll make it 3rd about 4.
Well, somewhat manageable in the 3rd down situation, but again, you want to keep this drive going. You don't want to have to punt from this part of the field if possible, because you have to give Hopkins a possibility of a short field.
Fake the pitch, the inside give on the counter, and that didn't fool Hopkins even a little bit.
Well, you talked about it, Joe, how well this Hopkins defense has been playing here in the first half, and again, they come up with another big play to stop a drive. And we talked about it. Now your punter's kicking from the end zone.
Cardinals snapped it a lot faster than I would have expected. Not a good punt. Takes a Coon Rapids roll, but still plenty of time on the clock. Hopkins has all 3 of its timeouts, and they will start at the Coon Rapids 46-yard line.
Yeah, and again,
they will get the ball to start the second half.
Yep, and again, a relatively short field. Hopkins like to try and put something together here before the break. Because you talk about it, if they can score here and then they get the ball to start the second half, they have really a good opportunity to open things up.
So Klecker comes out, good field position. That 7-point lead, play action. They set up the screen and it's dropped by Washington. He had a couple of blockers in front of him.
Yeah, it's unfortunate for Washington because he would have picked up some nice real estate.
Yeah, he would have had a couple of blockers in front of him. He had a lot of open field.
And you see a down block there, although he was able to fight past it. Nonetheless, dropped the ball.
Klecker on second down. Drops straight back, looking to his left. Now throws over the middle. Pass is complete. And that'll be a first down to the 30. Jack Gunderson found the hole in the defense.
Well, his offensive line gave him just enough time to look downfield, look for a receiver, and a nice throw right on the mark. Still plenty of time in this left in this half.
Oh yeah, everything working for Hopkins right now.
On
First
both sides.
and 10. Quick look left side, pass complete to Murph. Murph trying to fight off the tackle and get to the sideline, and he does. And dives out right near the first down marker. Great job after the catch by B.J. Murph.
That's another Hopkins.
He will have the first down right at the 20.
Yeah, and he got out of bounds. I believe which keeps the clock from moving.
Great job fighting for that sideline. First and 10 from the Coon Rapids 20. Klecker. Handoff goes to Washington, tripped up immediately. Gained a yard, maybe 2.
And Hopkins is going to call a timeout. Save some of that time.
Oh, they've got plenty.
Yeah.
Of both timeouts and time on the clock.
Last reminder before halftime. Parents and those who are to support your senior football player or cheerleader, please make your way safely down to the northwest gate near the shed to line up for the halftime session.
Well, they were down here just a little bit ago and they came away empty. Royals trying to make sure that doesn't happen to them again.
And the Cardinals want to see what they can do about limiting this situation in this point. And we saw them down in that territory on fourth down, going for it and not making it.
Hopkins all lined up, ready to snap. Cardinals still huddled on the sideline. They'll get back in play. And we're ready to go on 2nd and 9. Klecker looking to his left, wants Murph in the end zone, touchdown, Hopkins.
Yeah, beautiful throw. He just lofted it up over the defense. Murph ran right under it. Now they made the Cardinals pay for that, not able to convert a first down, giving that relatively short field, and they did a nice job. I mean, look at the protection and just a quick little throw. right there where it needed to be. Beat Williams on the play.
Siegelbaum out to attempt the extra point. It is up. It is through. It is 14-0 in favor of the Hopkins Royals.
I mean, we talked about it, Joe. If they could come down on that drive with little time left, score, and then they get the ball to start that second half, it's a tough situation.
Well, Coon Rapids, although a little time on the, not a lot of time on the clock, they have 2 timeouts. It is time to try and cut that lead in half, and they have to try and get some sort of positive momentum for their offense before halftime.
They do. I mean, it's they haven't really had much offense here to speak of. They will have to try and figure that out.
So look at the drive, 5 plays, 46 yards. Took less than a minute off the clock.
Very efficient.
19-yard pass from James Klecker to B.J. Murph in the corner of the end zone. Siegelbaum to kick it away. Line drive will skip it to 25 and be taken from the 20. Returned up the middle as far as the 34-yard line. So the Cardinals with decent field position. It's that number 83 one more time. 3 weeks now.
We should probably find that out. You know, that's probably up to me.
Every week I think about it.
About asking.
About right about now when I see him, I go, oh yeah, that's right. We still don't have an 83 on our roster. Cardinals first and at 10. David Jibu.
David Jibu.
There you go. Ask and ye shall find out. Sack as Van Holzen is dropped, and they just have 0 time. The Royals' defensive line has just destroyed the Cardinals all game long.
All game long.
I mean, whether it's getting to running backs before they're out of the backfield, and Van Holzen has been under constant pressure. 3rd sack of the game for the Royals here in the first half. We're down to the final 30 seconds of the half, a 14-0 lead for the Hopkins Royals.
Yeah, I mean, the defense, you talked about it, Joe. The defense for Hopkins is just firing off the ball.
Van Holzen now has some time, scrambles, wants to run, and will get up across the first down marker and get out of bounds just under 15 seconds remaining.
We've seen a lot of that from Jake this season, is able to run with the football. Have not seen as much. Now there's a flag down on the play. I think it's a hold. Oh, chop block.
On the offense.
Half the distance to the goal line because it occurred at the 24.
There you see, that's where it's going to be right there. And you see, it's an easy call for our official. Cardinals going to call a timeout with 15 seconds remaining. And certainly things have not gone Coon Rapids' way in the first half.
So they're going to mark this one back to the 12-yard line.
Yikes.
So 2nd and 33.
What's in your playbook for that? It's called throw it up, hope someone catches it.
No, because then a guy in blue could catch it.
I think you just be conservative at this point and go to the halftime down 14-0.
Van Holzen on the keeper. He's wrapped up and dropped for a loss. And I think the Cardinals from here will just let the time run out and go to locker room down by 14. The Royals have it all going their way. A 3-and-out on their opening possession, but a couple of scoring drives have them in the driver's seat, and they know that they are going to get the ball back to start the second half.
Yeah, well, and the Cardinals, too, will have to make some adjustments in what they want to do, both offensively and defensively, but especially offensively. They need to do some things to try and get some momentum.
Well, down on the sidelines with Cardinal head coach Mal Edwards is Jen Halverson. Jen?
Well, Coach, your team has been unable to convert in third downs in the offense this first half. What do you change to execute better in the second?
Well, we have to get the kids to account for their movement up front. So right now we're getting a lot of cross-facing and things like that, so our guys aren't picking up the linebacker movement or the slants that the line is given to us. So what we'll do now is we'll go to a breakdown and kind of account for some linemen and get that one.
To keep Hopkins out of the red zone in the second, what is the focus that you need to incorporate to add heavier pressure onto their offense?
Well, we want to get off the football, but we want to break down and make tackles. So we're getting there at times, but then we're not making that tackle or not finishing what we're supposed to do. So what I need the guys to do is really finish their tackles, execute what we have called, and then things will work out in our favor.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Jen. We will take a break. Be back with more from Hopkins High School after this. You're watching CTN's live coverage of high school football.
The Coon Rapids Recycling Center can help you recycle all of your old appliances and electronics. From your old refrigerator to washers and dryers, we can help you recycle your appliances and keep them out of the waste stream, which is required by state law. When it comes to electronics, some fees may apply. Check our website for more details. The Coon Rapids Recycling Center, helping you recycle even more.
Back at Hopkins High School, the Royals a 14-0 lead over the Coon Rapids Cardinals at the half and set to get the ball back to start the second. Cardinals, not a lot of good things in that first half.
Offensively, they went backwards more than they went forwards, and that's some things, obviously, that's got to be changed here in the second half. But, you know, I think what they have to do is counter some of the things that Hopkins is doing. Hopkins really playing well on both sides of the football. Their defense has been stifling, too. A lot of pressure up front. They're going to have to find a way to avoid some of that.
Yeah, the pressure has been in the backfield of the Cardinals offense pretty much all game long. No one scored in the first quarter. The first score comes on the first play of the second quarter as Jacob Washington dives in from the three. It does look like maybe he was down a little bit early, but they give him the touchdown, and that made it 7-0. And then late in the half, it was Klecker going over the top to B.J. Murph, a 19-yard.
That was a tough one to give up, Joe, too.
19-yard touchdown.
Carlos just not on the same page offensively.
Out by half a foot there to Marshall Holland. Probably would have been their biggest offensive play of the first half. And just all kinds of pressure in the backfield. And Shai Williams on the counter getting stuffed. Jake Van Holzen has been sacked 3 times. Von Shannon had one nice catch, but they just haven't given Van Holzen enough time to even get his feet set in the backfield.
Look at the difference a week makes in terms of the rushing game for Coon Rapids. Only 13 yards on the ground, and really give credit to the defense for just filling the gaps and making sure that running game does not get going. Anemic offense, only 3 first downs total in the first offense, although time of possession does favor Coon Rapids. And again, the one stat we talked about, Joe, penalties, and they cannot afford the penalties, and 4 for 34 yards in that first half.
Well, you can circle just about everything on that graphic. Turnovers favor the Royals. Pass yards, rush yards, total yards, first downs, penalties, everything but time of possession in favor of the home team. And most importantly, the number at the very top, because they have a 14-0 lead. We will take a quick break, come back and see if we can hear from the Hopkins coaching staff after this. You're watching live coverage of high school football on CTN.
Oh, hi. I'm TV's Howie Shapiro. And when I'm not announcing CTN sports broadcasts with my sidekick Joe Yen, I'm watching all the other great programs on the CTN Studios YouTube page. There's news stories, great local events, and even full games. You can even watch on any smart device with a YouTube app. Whether that's your phone or a tablet, you can watch CTN's great programming wherever and whenever you want. You can even watch CTN's event coverage live. So no matter where you are, you can share in all the excitement. CTN Studios, building community through cable.
Back at Hopkins High School, the Royals a 14-0 lead. And Jen Helverson down on the field with head coach John Den Hartog.
Well, Coach, your team has already forced sacks from your defense in just the first half. What has made them so effective tonight?
Well, you know, we're running a 5 front. We're doing a little twist stunt with the outside linebackers, and I think early on they had trouble picking that up. We had our outside linebackers get free and everything. Later on in the half, I think they did a better job of picking that up, so we're going to have to change our stunts a little bit and hopefully keep the pressure on them.
How do you change your stunts to keep the pressure on them going into the second?
Well, we just do different movements with between our end and our outside linebacker. You know, with a twist stunt, the outside linebacker comes to the inside, and we'll do some more this half where the outside linebacker's on the outside. We'll hopefully keep them off balance, and we've got some good athletes out there doing that stuff, so we hope we can continue to do that.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Jen. And he's got to be pretty happy with the way his offense was playing at the end of the half. It's slow to start, but once they got going, they moved the ball pretty well and found the end zone twice.
Well, especially, too, when they get the ball here to start the second half, if they can continue that trend and put some additional points and really open that lead, he's got to feel really good about his squad and where they're at.
Well, the Cardinal defense has been strong again tonight. They did stop them deep down inside the 10-yard line on a 4th down after the one turnover of that first half. And forced it to a couple of punts as well. We thought we were closer than we were to the kickoff for second half. We will be back with that after a short break on CTN.
County hopes construction of the overpass can start in March or April and be finished by the start of the new school year.
Yes, I'm going to live to be 100.
Plants throws deep downfield to Watchy behind the defense, has the catch, and he is gone.
Great showing in the 100 butterfly. She can't quite catch the leader. And it's hard to throw you for a loop.
No, not when it comes to swimming.
Back at Hopkins High School, ready to get the second half underway. Royals a 14-0 lead, and they will start with the ball, and this one's going to skip out of bounds. They will start with great field position as well.
Yeah, again, that's not the way this kickoff wanted to go for Coon Rapids. Giving Hopkins, who's offensively, as you mentioned, especially towards the end of that second half, their offense was clicking. They definitely don't want to give them that kind of field position to start that first drive here in the second half. There you see the numbers for Klecker in the first half. 6 of 14, 90 yards, and that touchdown pass late.
Cardinals showing blitz on first down. Royals able to pick it up. Pass is complete on the left side to Jack Gunderson. He's hit immediately, but it'll be a gain of 4.
Marshall Holland in on the tackle. We haven't seen Marshall on defense in a number of weeks.
Put it at the 38, a gain of 3. 2nd and 7. Looking left, pass complete quickly to Murph, wrapped up, but able to somehow drag Holland with him for an extra couple yards, make sure he got the first down.
Yeah, that was a good play by Murph, who caught that touchdown pass at the end of the half to keep this drive going and pick up that first down.
Four catches for 50 yards in the ball game, plus
nice
the
average.
Touchdown for B.J. Murph. 1st and 10 from their 47. Handoff goes to Washington, hit in the backfield and driven backwards. He'll lose 2. Big stop for the defense.
Yeah, Miles Taylor is coming in from his linebacker position to make the stick.
So it'll be 2nd and 12 for Hopkins from their own 45. Klecker under pressure. Picked off on the left side, tried to go for the screen, overthrew Washington, and a great play by Marshall Holland. Cardinals ball on the Hopkins side of midfield.
Yeah, you talk about a nice heads-up play, and he came in on the ball as he saw that one go over the head of the receiver. Holland able to pick that one off, and that's a big break. Cardinals needed a break like that. So you can see great pressure, too.
Had Tedrow right in his face, and now that's why he lofted it up over the receiver's arms and right into the lap of a charging Marshall Holland. And this is the first time the Cardinals have taken an offensive snap on the Hopkins side of the 50. They'll stack it up on the right side. Handoff goes to Miles Taylor, breaks the initial tackle, dives down close to the 40. Or at 35, they'll mark him at the 36.
Well, you have Tedrow. You have Tedrow in there as a lead block in the backfield, opening up a bit of a opening for Miles Taylor.
Cardinals need to be able to convert here. Big stop, big turnover for their defense.
They need some positives, and hopefully for the Cardinals, it starts with that interception.
Bobbled a little bit on the transfer, but Taylor able to secure it and dive forward for a gain of a couple more. It'll be 3rd and about 2.
See it again, just didn't get the handoff cleanly, but Miles able to hold on to it and pick up a couple yards.
Let's go.
3rd and 2. They'll send Shannon in motion to the left. Handoff goes to Taylor, avoids the rush and dives forward. He has the first down. Just a great job because Will Vonderhoff was in the backfield and had him lined up. And Taylor just sidestepped him, swept him out of the way, and got the first down.
We're going to see it again, and you're right. He did get right in the backfield, but able to sidestep it. And nice tackle there for Hopkins, too. That would have been some additional yardage for Miles Taylor.
So it'll be first down from the 30. Van Holzen out of the shotgun. Handoff goes to Nate Breams. He's got a couple up the middle. It's the first down for the Cardinals since the first quarter.
It tells you about their offense in this game.
Well, their first couple of drives, they were able to move the ball out to the midfield area, and then ended up having to punt a couple of times. But yeah, no first downs in that second quarter. So they mark it just a yard gain. 2nd and 9. Handoff goes to Breams again, and Breams gets a couple of blockers this time. Able to push the pile down as far as the 23-yard line. It'll be 3rd and 3.
Again, they're letting the offensive line try and take control here on this drive and open up some holes for the running game. Again, we talked about softening up the defense. Cardinals looking to just continually put some pressure on them on the ground.
Why'd you run upfield? Go defense! Guys backed up.
Getting a new football into the game.
Let's go, D.
So 3rd and 3 from the 23. Miles Taylor is the up back. The deep back is Breams. He gets the carry, running right up the gut behind the line, and they didn't get the push they needed. He gets no gain. 4th down.
Well, again, defense is looking for Miles Taylor and giving the ball to Breams, try to see if they could catch him, but give credit to the defense. They stayed in their gaps, didn't allow any forward momentum. It was a big 4th down. They have to keep this drive going. I think it's imperative they come away with points here on this drive.
4th and 3 from the 23. They call it 4th and 2 from the 22. Either way, a big down. Keeper for Van Holzen. He's got the first down as he dives to the 19.
I like the fake in the middle, brought the defense in, and Van Holzen able just to sneak around in to pick up that first down. They're going to see the fake defense thought Breams had the football. Van Holzen able to pick it up with his feet and keep this drive going.
First and 10 from the 19 now. Taylor, the lone setback behind Van Holzen. Got Tedrow in the slot on the left. There's that pressure. Van Holzen throws not what he wanted on the throw because he was pressured in the backfield. Trying to find Holland deep down the right side toward the end zone. But again, got back, got set, got chased. Not able to set his feet again before throwing the football.
Well, we've seen a lot of pressure by the defense from Hopkins tonight, and really pressuring and putting a lot of motion in where Jake wants to set up and throw.
Shannon, the man in motion from right to left. Handoff goes to Taylor. Shrugs off the first guy. Still not a lot there off the left side. A gain of 3. It'll be 3rd and 7.
Well, they put Shannon in motion trying to draw some of the defense away from that, but the Hopkins defense was not fooled by that. Well, 3rd and a little bit of a long situation for the Cardinals here. Make it 3rd and 7. There you see the numbers for Coon Rapids on the night. 3 of 8 on 3rd down.
Dare I say, 4 of 9. They'll run Shannon in motion again, play action. Throw is complete, touchdown, Jordan Nolan.
Yeah, that's a big play for Coon Rapids, and they did a nice job of converting. Nolan making a nice catch, able to back into the end zone. And the Cardinals get on the board after an interception. They convert that turnover into points, and that was very important for the Cardinals. As you see, good protection. That time, Jake had a lot of time to throw. A little bit of wobbly, but Nolan went up for the ball and the score.
Kick for Findlay is up and good, and it is 14-7.
That gives a lot of good positive vibes for the Cardinals sideline here to come in and get that score. But look at the time he has to throw. Plenty of opportunity to get rid of that football. And Nolan sneaks in between two defenders, able to pull it down and get into the end zone.
Yeah, and as you mentioned, maybe not the best pass that Jake's
it was
ever
a little
thrown,
wobbly,
but a good play on it by Jordan Nolan, and most importantly, it puts points on the board for this Cardinal team.
Took him 10 plays, 41 yards, took 5:03 off the clock, a 16-yard throw from Van Hulsen to Nolan to get the Cardinals their first score of the night. And the key for them is they were able to convert that interception into some points, and that's exactly what they needed. Now we're a one-score game, and you let your defense take charge here on this next drive.
Yeah, we talked about it. They need to come out hard out of the half. Defense gets the turnover, forced by the pressure, and the offense pushes their way in and makes sure to capitalize. Big fourth down conversion on that drive as well.
You know, Hopkins has to feel that they kind of blew an opportunity there with a 14-point lead to try and increase that score with that turnover.
High short kick taken at the 15. Looking for room in the middle is Patton. Patton able to break through and take it all the way across the 40 out to the 43-yard line.
Yeah, just a solid run by Patton. So he's able to take that straight up the middle of the field. See it here. Follows his blockers and then immediately turns upfield, sees a big hole. A lot of real estate in front of him, and I love the way he fought through that first tackle and took about 3 Cardinals with him to the ground before.
Not a terribly large guy, listed at 5'9", 175. But he dealt out some punishment there and got his team great field position to start from their own 43-yard line. Washington, big hole up the middle. He'll gain about 6 before he's stopped up just shy of midfield. And finally the whistles blow and the play stops.
Again, he's got such nice acceleration. He's able to hit that hole hard and pick up about 7 yards on the play. Oh, they give him 6 on the scoreboard.
It's because it was 6 on the field.
6.
43 to 49 is 6.
Usually.
We go with that math again.
It's a Minneapolis math.
Second and 4. Klecker out of the shotgun, has 2 receivers on either side. Washington in the backfield with him. He dropped the snap, in trouble, able to fall back on top of it before the Cardinals collapse, but that is going to drop him back to a 3rd and 11.
Well, he was fortunate because it took him a little time to find the handle on that football. You're going to see it again. And it's really just, he dropped that one and a couple of bobbles, and fortunately for him, he was able to make sure he regained possession of it. But Cardinals are right there, hoping to cause that second turnover.
And now a big 3rd down for both the Hopkins offense and the Coon Rapids defense. Out of the shotgun, Klecker, straight drop, looking right, throws, passes, knocked away. Jordan Nolan, a great play on the ball on both sides.
Yeah, again, you know, he's trying to thread that needle in between a couple of defenders, and Nolan able to come across and from his linebacker position get a hand on that football. Pretty good protection for him. But you can see Nolan come into your picture and tipped that ball, you saw.
He's trying to get it to Calvin Harris.
Harris is there.
And Nolan actually is in coverage on Jimmy Murphy. Oh, bobbled and scooped up by Jordan Doe, and that's why he scares me every single
It's
one.
an adventure.
Just let it go. If you're not going to catch it, let it go.
Yeah,
but
and
Jordan Doe able to get some positive yardage after the bobble.
Well, it looked like he was going to run away from it. Well, then the ball came up and hit him. I don't think he really had much of a choice but to take that. But he should have pulled away a little further from the ball. But nonetheless, it bounced into him, and he had really no choice but to grab that football.
Fortunately, he was able to do so.
Absolutely.
And the Cardinals have decent field position from their own 32-yard line. Good stand by the defense, forcing Hopkins 3 and out for the first time since their opening possession back in the first quarter. On first down, the handoff goes to Miles Taylor. He ducks his head and dives forward to the 35. Gain of 3.
Miles Taylor, ball carrier.
That was Miles, I think I was going to say 15th carry. I was going to say 14, but I missed one. And again, he got a lot of work last week as well. Average is a little better.
Yeah, well, 19 carries last week to get his 231 yards. So only 2 on that attempt, 2nd and 8. They go to Taylor again. He's out to the 36, a gain of another 2, but it's going to be 3rd and 6. 3rd and medium, definitely better than 3rd and long.
This is true.
Cardinals taking their time with the ball, and Jana talked about it at the top of the show. One of the keys for the Cardinals is really to control the tempo, control the ball, control the clock. And we talked about it. The only thing in their favor in the stats in the first half was possession. Time of possession. But got to be able to continually move the sticks. Van Holzen in some trouble, dives forward to the original line of scrimmage. But going to be a punting situation as both teams go 3 and out. And again, it was Van Holzen getting to the back of his drop, and as soon as he set up, he was in trouble.
Yeah, pressure up the middle, has been pretty constant from the Royals defense.
Deontay Bryant around the ball again. He's had a good night coming from that right side of their defense.
Just the block wasn't held on the edge long enough. And
Aurelius's punt. Fair catch made at the 27-yard line, and the Royals will come out with just over a minute remaining in the 3rd quarter. They still lead here 14-7.
And now the Cardinals coming in and relying on their defense for another strong stand here and taking Hopkins out of what they want to do offensively. That last drive aided by a drop snap by Klecker.
We'll start out of the shotgun. Klecker on first down. Handoff goes to Washington. Protas wraps him up, but he's able to break away. And a big gain for Washington. He's going to be spun around and knocked out of bounds right at the 45-yard line.
Again, got to wrap him up. Cardinals had him. It just didn't wrap him up. And you give credit to Washington just doing a nice job of getting past that. Right there, I mean, that should have been a tackle, but just fighting through it before Manos is going to take him out of bounds.
So 1st and 10 from the 45 now. Play action. Klecker throws, has Murph, threw behind him, incomplete.
I like the play call on first down. See it again. I don't know if you heard some footsteps or it's just the pass was just not.
It was behind him. He has to come back into it. And
no, I don't know.
Back shoulder. Catchable?
I think so.
Not easily. 2nd and 10. Handoff goes to Washington, big hole, and a burst of speed. He's trying to beat everybody. Manos tracks him down, cuts back, and he stopped at the 12-yard line.
They have a Cardinal
A
down.
gain of 43 yards and a Cardinal down back near the line of scrimmage.
That's another Hopkins Royal.
Boy, just a nice run by Washington, and you could see that burst of speed. We talked about it. Once he gets past that first level, he's off to the races. Not before being brought down, but a big gain.
43 yards, if I'm not mistaken, that's the biggest offensive play for either team this evening. And right at the century mark on 15 carries for Jaden Washington.
That was Jordan Nolan injured on the play. We certainly hope he's okay. It's a big part of this Cardinals squad.
Both sides.
Yep.
Under a minute remaining here in the 3rd quarter, and Hopkins knocking on the door again, trying to push their lead back to 14.
Put the clock on 48 seconds. Start it on when ready, please. Thank you.
Clock adjustment. So now on 1st and 10 from the 12. Handoff goes to Washington, trying to get around the right corner. Forced out of bounds after a good gain, though. Make it 2nd and about 4. Depending on where exactly he went out of bounds.
Again, does a nice job of getting in the edge. Good job blocking and sealing that corner off.
2nd and 5 from the 7. Handoff to Washington, touchdown Hopkins.
Made that look easy. Washington came into this game averaging almost 110 yards a carry. I mean, I'm sorry, 110 yards a game.
Wow,
that would be amazing. That would be impossible.
7-yard run by Hopkins Royal.
Well, if you take it 2 yards deep.
Every time.
Well, it's the only time you got to use it.
Yeah, he took a big hit at the end of that play as well.
Siegelbaum on to add the extra point. He is successful in doing so, and it is 21-7 in favor of Hopkins.
Well, after Coon Rapids got the lead to 7, Hopkins does a nice job of extending it back to 14 with 24 seconds remaining in this 3rd quarter. He's virtually untouched till he get to the end zone. And he took a big shot from Manos.
Remember the hit he put on Klecker right at the sidelines back, I think, in the 1st quarter even.
5 plays, 73 yards, just 55 seconds, aided by a long run by that young man right there as he takes it the rest 7 yards rest of the way into the end zone for a score.
His 2nd.
Yep.
And again, reestablishing his team's 14-point lead very late here in the 3rd quarter. Siegelbaum, a boot that will bounce about the 23. Williams from the 15. Out across the 25 to the 27, and that's where his forward progress will be stopped and where the Cardinals will take over on offense.
Well, still plenty of time left in this game, but you got to get stops on defense for Coon Rapids, but you have to get your offense going in the right direction. They're able to get that score after the interception, but now they're back to that 2-score deficit.
Holland and Shannon, the receivers, spread out wide to the right. Tried to go play action, and he had hardly finished taking the ball back when Reagan Holmes took him to the turf. Another sack for Hopkins, just a 2-yard loss. But that will do it for the third quarter. We'll take a break, be back with the fourth quarter after this. You're watching CTN's live coverage of high school football. So Hopkins, another touchdown late in that third quarter. They push their lead to 21-7. Come out with a big play on first down, and again, Cardinals not getting into those favorable down and distances.
Yeah, I mean, and it just puts their offense back on their heels a little bit, takes them away from what they want to do. And you mentioned just a couple of yards lost, but still, you're talking about 2nd and 12. And those are downs that they cannot afford to be in.
Well, and this Hopkins defense has been so good at getting into the Cardinal backfield. Little pitch goes to Avant Shannon trying to run around the right edge. Knocked out of bounds after a decent gain. It'll set up 3rd and far more manageable.
Yeah, defense just stringing it out, but Shannon trying to turn that corner.
Now make it 3rd and 5 from the 31. Van Holzen throws right, coming back to it and making the catch. Is Marshall Holland.
Wow.
What a great athletic play.
Well, at first I thought that ball was going to be intercepted, but Holland doing a great job of making the catch.
Marshall Holland.
Oh,
that was impressive.
that was very nice. Very, very good concentration to realize where that ball was.
And didn't put his hands on the defender. I mean, great coverage from Dylan Forstad. In position, he's thinking, I got this interception all day because I'm in great field position.
Yep.
But Holland just cut back in front of him and took it away. Screen pass to Taylor. Breaks one tackle, drags another man with him. Gain of about 5.
Again, they were I believe they were fortunate to get those 5 because there was a man right on them. But Taylor does a nice job of stepping past him. That was R.J. Jacolis. Couldn't wrap him up.
2nd and 6 from the 42.
That's a movement. Miles was leading in a little bit.
Dead ball penalty, false start, left side, offense. 5-yard penalty, 2nd down.
So right back to 2nd and 11. even when they get themselves in good down and distance. Doesn't work out.
Nope.
Van Holzen throwing right, trying to find Gant and just led him a little too far.
Just a bit.
And now it's 3rd and long.
Again, now you're in the situation where you want to pick this up. You're trailing by 2. Still plenty of time left, but it puts you in a difficult situation. Again, you've got to give Van Holzen the time to spot a receiver, and Hopkins' defense hasn't been very cooperative in that aspect.
No, but on this drive, he's had a couple of plays. This snap is low. He has to go down and get it. Deontay Bryant was right there, nearly getting to the ball before Van Holzen, but now you got to bring out the punt unit and hope that you can pin him deep. You need 2 scores.
Well, yeah,
time's starting to become a factor.
Yeah, pin him deep and try and get that ball back as quickly as you can.
Aurelia standing at his 31-yard line. And they fake it. Pass is incomplete. Shai Williams had it right in his hands. It was a really nice looking pass from Jordan Doe. He hit Shai Williams in stride, and I think it would have worked.
It would have worked.
Instead, now you got Hopkins with the ball in Coon Rapids territory.
Oh yeah, that's a perfect throw.
You have to catch that.
You do have to catch that. And he knew it. He's pounding the turf. He knew it. That was his ball. Would have kept that drive going.
So Klecker's team will take over from the Coon Rapids 44. Klecker out of the shotgun. Handoff goes up the middle to Ricky Dixon, and nothing there, no gain.
Washington back into the game. Washington took that big hit in the end zone on his last score, but he's back in there.
So now 2nd and 10 for the Royals. Rolling, pumping, now throwing is Klecker. Tipped and, oh my goodness, nearly picked off. Ryan Corey had the initial tip, then Tarnu touched it. Corey had a second chance and just could not bring it in. Fun play.
Fun play. And I like the call on 1st down as you're trying to salt this away, but Corey almost had it. Actually got the initial tip. Oh, wow. That would have been a huge opportunity for Cardinals if they could have picked that ball off.
So now it'll be 3rd and 10.
They're 1 of 5 on 3rd down.
Klecker throws right, pass complete to Stein, and Stein stretching.
He's got it.
Wow, what a great second effort from Will Stein. I think that's his first catch. Their leading receiver. Have not talked about him much, in a great second effort. He was a good 3 yards shy, maybe even 4 when he made the catch, and even got hit, but he's able to fight for it and stretch and get that ball out in front and move the chains. So 1st and 10 from the 34. Handoff goes to Washington, trying to find the left corner, cuts upfield, and is stopped just shy of the 30. Gain of 3.
Well, it stays in bounds. Making sure he stayed in bounds as the clock is continuing to move with a 2-score lead, and Hopkins trying to add to it.
Ball placed right at the 30, so 2nd and 6. And the Royals will certainly take their time. Clock in their favor. Handoff goes to Washington, trying to bounce back outside, dragged out of bounds by Marshall Holland after a short gain.
Washington, the ball carrier for the Royals.
So it'll be 3rd and about 5.
Had time going for the sideline, and obviously I know he would have liked to have stayed in, but pushed out.
Handoff goes to Washington again, testing that left side another time. He's going to be brought down about a yard shy of the first down. And we have an injury timeout as looks like Jimmy Murphy, Hopkins receiver, down on the field.
Is that Joe Young Twitter account open again yet? Nowhere to be seen. To blow the dust off it.
I was just going to say a lot of dust and crickets.
A lot of dust and crickets. Well, make sure that you follow us on Twitter. When you're not in front of your TV and the Cardinals are playing, we will tweet out scoring plays. CTN Coon Rapids on Twitter.
Murphy able to jog off the field, so seems to be all right. And here it is, a 4th down for the Royals. This one very short. Came up, turned over on downs on a 4th down earlier. This time the sneak, and I don't think he made it. Based on where the referees are, now they're moving a little closer to that 24. And we'll see where they mark it. Jen's down on the sideline. Jen.
Well, just before this play, the defensive coaches for Coon Rapids were telling their guys, drive through them. Don't just give them a little love tap on the shoulder. Make it hurt. Make it count. Make sure that these guys know we're serious and we're not out of this yet. And they're just saying, you know what, we just talked about this. We need you guys to execute, and we'll see if they did it just now.
Still no indication they're going to bring the chains out. It's going to be close.
It will be.
It looks like from where they spotted it, they've got it by about a half a football.
Yeah, I think so as well. Oh, they're going to. Oh.
By
the nose.
Let's go! Just enough. It looked like on the initial, where the referees were coming in from initially, that the Cardinals had stopped them short. The spot on the field looks a little bit more generous than where the officials seem to be. And you saw the chains just by an inch. The nose of the football didn't even get to the other side of the down marker bar, but it got there. So 1st and 10 from the 24 for Hopkins, leading 21-7. Klecker throws incomplete. Looking for Gunderson in the seam.
Yeah, and he was under a lot of pressure. Coon Rapids brought the blitz, trying to get to Klecker, but Klecker able to unload.
So now 2nd and 10. Handoff goes to Washington, hit in the backfield, wrapped up and dropped. Miles Taylor finishing the tackle. It'll be a loss of 2.
Oh, it's good to see Jordan Nolan back on the field. He was shaken up earlier. See it again. Then again, pressure up the middle from Coon Rapids, and there you see Nolan bringing him down, and as you mentioned, Taylor finishing him off.
They mark him back 3 yards, so 3rd and 13. Kleckert looking to his right, pumps, now wants to run. Now does throw. Gets it complete to Gunderson. Gunderson stripped. Ball's out. A pile and a good chance for the Cardinals to get another takeaway. That would be huge.
I think Hopkins
But it
has
looks like Hopkins able to get back on top of it.
We'll see it again. Again, good pressure from Coon Rapids coming inside. Klecker doing a nice job of stepping out of the pocket.
Manos just strips it.
Great job by Manos stripping it, but he did get it back.
Cardinal
he
ball.
did? Oh, it looked like he got it back in that one. Great to see that.
Great strip by Manos. Not sure who ended up with it. A number of bodies there.
Somebody pulled it out from under him because it looked like he had fallen on it. Or he just missed
it. You got
it.
Miles Taylor and Ryan Corey right there.
Big turnover.
Still some time, but Cardinals have to show some urgency, needing 2 scores, a little less than 6 minutes remaining as they take over on their own 20-yard line. Play action. Pass is incomplete. Looking for Avant Shannon, and good timing by Caden Saxton. Just getting into the passing lane.
That's all he needed to do.
So 2nd and 10. 3 receivers on the right. Avant Shannon, the lone receiver on the left side for Van Holzen. Straight drop, blitz coming, he rolls out. Looking, pumps, will run it instead. Cuts back, he's wrapped up and dropped after a gain of 6.
And good coverage downfield by the Royals. Van Holzen didn't have a receiver and had no choice but to take it upfield. Looking downfield, but nobody open. And takes a good hit at the end of that play.
Third and 4 from the 26. Pass complete. Marshall Holland, first down, still fighting for more. He stopped at the 34.
Pass is complete to target number 10, Marshall Holland. Wrapped up by Hopkins number 14, Will Stein.
Holland just coming across on the slant. Van Holzen finds him. I mean, you talked about trying to fight for additional yardage.
I thought it got better yardage than where they spotted, but they're going to say 1st and 10 from the 33. Van Holzen looking. Throws right, pass incomplete, just overthrown. Wanted Avant Shannon down the right side.
A little hand checking going on, but you mentioned that pass well over the head of Avant Shannon.
Well, it looked like Shannon maybe started to fade inside when he should have been going down the sideline. Maybe not on the same page 100%. 2nd and 10. They'll isolate Shannon again on the top of your screen. Van Holzen in trouble. Throws it away in the direction of Miles Taylor. It'll be 3rd down.
Yeah, Jake's taken a few hits here tonight. They've been in the backfield quite often.
It's a big play right here. Cardinals don't want to be looking at 4th down at all, but certainly don't want to be looking at 4th and long.
Nope.
Not really time to punt it and hope to get it back twice to score. Van Holzen throws, pass complete. Shannon fights for yardage, has the first down, and is finally driven back, but a good catch in traffic and good presence of mind by Avant Shannon to get upfield far enough to make sure he moved the chains.
Yeah, Avant's been solid. And again, we talked about those 2 receivers on the outside for there was a flag on the play. It looks like they're not.
Personal foul, roughing the quarterback.
Yep, roughing the passer.
Number 5, defense, 15-yard penalty from the end of the run. Automatic
We have a
first down.
Cardinal down.
So that'll put the Cardinals into Hopkins territory at the 40-yard line. And see who the Cardinal is.
I couldn't see who it is either. Well, you may not like there's an injured Cardinal on the field, but you certainly like us on Facebook.
Looks like it might be Avant Shannon just working out a cramp. And that is the case.
Yep, which is good to see.
It is. Unfortunately, he'll have to go to the sideline for a play, but the Cardinals have a 1st and 10 at the Hopkins 40. Just under 5 minutes remaining. They trail 21-7. Stack the right side of the offense on 1st and 10. Play action. Van Holzen has some time now, steps up in trouble, and he'll pick up a couple anyway. As there was good coverage and he just didn't have anywhere to go. He finally gets the protection and the time in the pocket, and there's just nowhere for him to go with it.
Oh, we've seen that. We've seen that tonight where the defensive backfield for Hopkins doing a good job on coverage. And he's had some time to throw, but not a receiver open to throw to.
Second and 7. Van Holzen throws over the middle, incomplete, looking for Jordan Nolan, and that is a flag coming against the Royals for lowering the helmet, I'm assuming.
I believe so.
And it was after the ball had gone by. It was just a foolish penalty on the part of the Royals defender.
Personal foul. Targeting.
Yeah, definitely head-to-head.
Defense, 15-yard penalty. First down.
Whether intentional or not, and I don't know that it was intentional. It looked worse in real time. It looked like he was actually trying to avoid the contact in the replay, but definitely head-to-head contact. So first down for the Cardinals and a sack as Patton comes on the blind side blitz and throws Van Holzen to the turf again, drops him back to the 30. Loss of 7 and a timeout for the Cardinals.
Yeah, again, getting in there quickly.
8 sacks.
8 sacks.
That's a few too many.
I would say.
Yeah, not much he's been able to do even when he wasn't sacked. He just has not had any time in the pocket, and as we talked about, he's seen a little more pocket time in the second half, but then his receivers are all covered up.
Well, yeah, and again, it's like I said, we talked about how well this Hopkins defense has been playing and the pressure that they've been putting on Jake Van Holzen, and you've seen it all night long with the amount of sacks that the Cardinals are giving up. JT Taylor talking to his offense.
So 2nd and 17 from the 30. Van Holsen again, and that's a face mask. That'll be. Oh my God! How do you not? How is there no flag? I can see the face mask from up here. How is there no face?
Let's take another look at it. Unless
that is just impossible.
Oh, look at that!
I mean,
he
turns his head all the way around.
That's a bad missed call.
I don't understand how you missed that one. That was as obvious as it comes, and I didn't do it.
Oh, and Mal Edwards is not happy with that.
Well, he shouldn't be. That should be a first down. And so should that contact right there on Marshall Holland, not allowing him to run his route. What is going on with our officials all of a sudden? And I'm not saying this just because it's resulted in the Cardinals having 4th and forever, but that was so obvious.
It was as obvious as can be.
And then Holland isn't. I mean, they didn't even look at it. Holland not allowed to run his route. But that's not certainly not. I don't know how you missed that face mask. I mean, it is impossible.
Look how far away we are from that play, and we saw it.
That was from watching his head snap around. Jordan Nolan going to be stopped well short of the first down, and the Cardinals will turn it over on downs. And with just under 3 minutes left, that should pretty much clinch the victory for the Hopkins Royals.
Yeah, you'll see the ball on the ground for Hopkins, and they'll try and just run this clock out and get their 4th victory of the season. And, you know, he just has to smile. I mean, the missed call, I mean, nothing that he can do about it.
The difference between that being an automatic first down.
Yeah. Instead of
being a
third
it was
right,
third and whatever
it
was,
23.
I mean, it's just
mind-blowing.
The officials are going to look at that tape and say, whoops. I mean, because not that it's a great chance for the Cardinals, but they still have a chance to play that game. They have a chance to come back.
They do.
But I mean,
if
they just at a critical time to miss a huge and obvious, and just as obvious a penalty as you can get. All right, that's enough. I try not to get on officials.
Wait till sports night.
I really
we'll have
try
to bring it up
not
again.
to get on officials, but boy, that one's tough, and it comes at a tough time for the Cardinals. But you can't look at that as being the only reason.
No, of course not. But you talked about it. It's a critical point in the game, and it gives them a first down. And again, if they go in and score and cut it to a point, onside kick, you never know what's going to happen. But obviously, that situation will not take place.
He finished 3rd in the Lake Conference Cross Country Championships earlier this week.
Hand off to Washington, trying to find some room right side. Dime forward for a short gain. Cardinals will burn their final timeout, 2:39 on the clock, and Hopkins facing a 3rd and 10.
Yeah, again, you got to do what you can to preserve time on the clock.
And unfortunately, not completely over.
Nope.
But if the Cardinals can't pull off a miraculous comeback here, 5 straight to slide into the postseason.
Yeah, it's a tough way to go into section playoffs, losing 5. You wanted to get that winning taste back in your mouth before postseason play, but Cardinals, unfortunately, will probably not see that.
On 3rd and 10, Klecker on the keeper. Running to the right side, forced out of bounds. As he gets to the 30, it'll be 4th and 5, 4th and 6. So fortunate for the Cardinals' cause, really.
Yep.
That the clock is stopped. Klecker's punt taken by Doe at the Coon Rapids 40 and immediately wrapped up by A.J. Campbell, who just holds his ankle until help arrives. So the Cardinals start from their own 43. Now only 2:18 remaining, no timeouts, and they need 2 scores.
Well, that's not too much for to ask for, is it?
We'll see if the Cardinals can dial up some plays to get to the end zone quickly and conserve time. Sonny Tao, the man in motion from left to right. Play action. Van Holzen steps up, wrapped and dropped.
Another sack. And again, they can just let the clock continue because no way to stop it.
Well, and it's one of those things where Van Holzen just, I mean, he doesn't have any time there.
Nope. It's been that way all night long.
2nd and long.
And when he does have the time, he doesn't have the receivers open.
Van Holzen ran out of time and gets dropped again. Double-digit sacks for
10 sacks.
The Hopkins Royals in this contest. 11 sacks.
11 sacks. Well, you're right, double-digit. 10, 11.
I knew it was double digits. I knew it was
about 10 or 11 too many.
Injury timeout on the field. And now the clock starts running again. The Cardinals facing 3rd and 18.
They've been in 2nd and 3rd and long all night long.
Van Holzen rolls. Pass is complete. And coming up just short is Kamaj Gant. It'll be 4th and about 2. Van Holzen steps up. He'll get the first down himself and head to the sidelines, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Jake Van Holzen.
54 ticks remain in this contest.
First and 10, drop snap. Van Holzen able to pick it back up. Passes wide, not out of bounds as Sonny Tao the target.
Just a little too long for Sonny Tao.
Second and 10. Van Holzen steps up, throws, pass. Nearly picked off by Qualis Hill. Read it perfectly, timed it well, just couldn't bring it in.
Yeah, and that one just looked like he was trying to bat it down, but nonetheless, I'll make it 3rd and long.
Van Holzen chased from the pocket, throws on the run. Catch by Gant will be a first down to the 27-yard line.
Not able to get out of bounds, so that clock will continue to run.
Well, it'll stop until they get the chains moved.
But once they move the chains, it'll continue to go.
Pass complete. Sonny Tao over the middle. He's got another first down. Down to the 10-yard line.
First down.
Be first and goal from the 10. Van Holzen up under center. Just going to clock it.
Yep.
Take 1 second off the clock. 19.3.
Under 20 seconds remaining. Cardinals trail by 14. First and goal from the 10. Second and goal from the 10. Throw is incomplete. Looking for Gant over the middle. And he was hit right at the goal line. Good defensive play by Campbell. Flag in the backfield, though. And it will go against.
Foul. Roughing the passer, 55 on the defense. Half the distance to the goal line, automatic first down.
We'll take another look at that and see where they called that. Yeah, it's helmet to helmet. You have to call that.
That was pressure in traffic, but that's a pass that Gant
probably should have had.
Maybe should have had.
Yep.
So first and goal from the 5 after the penalty. Van Holzen lofts it to the right side, incomplete. Trying to get it to Marshall Holland. Well covered on the play by Caden Saxon.
Just tried to throw that to the outside. Holland had to turn.
Quick throw left side, looking for Holland again, incomplete. Third and goal.
Cardinals would love to be able to try and get a tally here before the end of the game, just to get a little confidence offensively. Got to find some bright spots to take away for your game next week.
Van Holzen chased, in trouble, throws on the run. Incomplete, looking in the back corner for Avant Shannon. And the time has run out, so the Royals will hold on for that 21-7 win. We'll take a break. Be back to wrap things up from Hopkins High School after this. They are 0.3 seconds, fourth and goal from the 5. Hold on to that thought. We're not quite done yet.
You gotta let them score! Let's go, King!
So the Cardinals with this one last chance. Van Holzen throws incomplete. No flag, so the game's over.
That game is over. No time left.
I thought before I say, and that's ball game, I thought double check, make sure we don't get a defensive flag to keep this one going. No, we won't. Now it's a final. Hopkins 21, Coon Rapids 7. We'll take a break. Be back to wrap things up after this.
Hi there, I'm Officer Harmoning, and this is Crime Prevention in 60 Seconds. Today we're addressing the issue of when should I call the police. It's not always an easy question to answer, but the quick response is whenever you think something's just not right. You know that gut feeling that you get that causes you to pause? That's when you should call. Call with any information regarding possible criminal activity. Call with ordinance violations and issues. Call on that vehicle you don't recognize that keeps driving around your neighborhood. Call on the person walking in the yards or driveways of your neighbors at 3 a.m. Call when something just doesn't seem right. Many times, people don't realize they hold an important part of the puzzle with what they saw or heard because to them, it seems insignificant. But it may not be. It may help solve the case and/or lead to the arrest of the suspect. You know your neighborhood better than anyone. If it seems strange or out of place to you, please call 911. We need your help to keep our community safe. That's it for now. Until next time, remember, together we can make a difference.
Just not enough offense to get things done tonight for the Coon Rapids Cardinals. They found the end zone once. It comes off of the turnover forced by their defense on the opening possession of the second half. They were able to get to the end zone. Great catch by Jordan Nolan for the 16-yard score. 14-7 at that point, but in the final minute of the third quarter, the second touchdown of the night for Jaden Washington. 7-yard run, and that's where the scoring ended. You really got to take your hats off to the Hopkins defense. 11 sacks in the game.
Well, out of necessity, Cardinals throwing for 150 yards in that second half, but doing a nice job of, really the balance in offense, rushing and throwing by Hopkins really gave them the advantage. I mean, you look at first downs, 13 for Coon Rapids, 12 for Hopkins, and then you also look at the time possession. It's quite a bit in the favor of Coon Rapids, unfortunately not the scoreboard.
I was going to say the most important numbers, though, right at the top.
That is the most important one.
And the losing streak is 5 now for the Cardinals as they slide into the postseason after that great 3-0 start. We will most likely see them on Tuesday evening. I would assume at 3 and 5 they will not get a bye. So we will have football on Tuesday night next week and volleyball playoffs on Thursday. But that is going to do it for this edition of CTN Sports. Again, the final score from Hopkins, it's the Royals 21, the Cardinals 7. I want to thank Cody out there for joining us. Continue to support everything we do here at CTN. For the entire crew, including Howie Shapiro, I'm Joe Young saying good night.